receivers. Welcome back in to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Visit southeasttermite.com for all the information. Right now, for the time being, exterior work only except for emergencies. Now, most of their work's outdoor anyway, but if you do have an emergency, you can call them. They will do indoor, but they'll do it wisely by all the guidelines. And, of course, if you ever have a critter that sneaks into your home or property, they do wildlife removal as well. Call their wildlife division Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Okay, Ryan, we talked about the SEC's talent level in the last segment. We're going to make this quick. Kirby Smart said this week that rival non-SEC coaches are using that as a negative. They are telling players, ooh, if you go to the SEC, you're never going to get in the game. You're going to be behind other guys. You're not going to be able to show how good you are because they're so loaded with talent. You cover recruiting as your livelihood. Have you heard this, seen this? Are you aware of this before Kirby Smart brought it up? And would that work with anyone? It seems counter. I would think most kids would say, no, I want to go. Well, actually, the proof shows that most kids do want to go to the SEC anyway. But have you seen this, and do you think it would work?
Well, we have seen this at times over the years. You've seen it at Florida State and Clemson are the two schools that come to mind where you've heard coaches successfully use this in recent years, trying to sell what the ACC does have to offer, which is a lack of depth of top teams the way the SEC has. Make that a positive, essentially, by saying, look, you're not going to have the wear and tear. You're going to be able to shine every week, basically, things like that. And that appeals to some players, but I think it's a minority, a vast minority. I think most kids still want to play against the best of the best. They think they're the best, so they want to play in the SEC more often than not.
Yeah, and this sounds crazy. If a guy's an athlete, he's an athlete. But I don't know that I would want a kid who said, I want the easy way.
Right.
I mean, that seems counterintuitive in terms of looking for the right personality. I want somebody who's going to shirk away from playing the best.
Well, and I think the one thing they do successfully sell maybe about that is the style of play, is that maybe they emphasize that the ACC is a little more wide open, the SEC a little more hard-nosed, that if you don't want to take the physical grinding and beating that you take in the SEC, come to the ACC and play a different style of football. That's maybe what you hear more.
That would make more sense than they're too tough, don't go there. Let me ask you very quickly, update on Tennessee's recruiting class for 2021. They raced out to an early lead in terms of commitments. How do things stand now? Yeah,
it's still about the same. In terms of commitments, nothing's really changed there. 10 commitments right now, and off to a good start numbers-wise, but still you're waiting for a lot of those big fish to jump in, and you're seeing more and more guys that are, I think, dealing with this uncertain time, and you've seen some guys make earlier decisions than expected, trying to sort of lock up their spots, not knowing if they'll take any visits before the fall. So still a chance that more could change in the coming weeks. One to keep an eye on that we know announced yesterday, Caden Salter, a 4-star quarterback, top 100 player in 24/7 Sports rankings out of Texas. He announced that he's announcing his decision on May 10th. Tennessee looks like one of the favorites, maybe even the team to beat right now. Tennessee and Auburn probably the favorites for that one. So even with Tennessee getting Harrison Bailey in this last recruiting class, a chance to land another elite quarterback.
And JT Daniel, what's the latest on him?
Still a possibility
exploring.
for Tennessee. Yeah, still looking into it. I wouldn't say it's a likelihood that he ends up at Tennessee, but they're one of the 2 or 3 teams you hear about the most. LSU, I still wonder if he does end up leaving USC, and we'll see. That's always a possibility he could stay there. You wonder about LSU with the success of Joe Burrow and just the surrounding cast there. A big chance for a quarterback to come in and have some major success.
All right, very good, and we're back on time. Nice job. I want to tell you about Rusty Wallace Kia on Callahan Drive. This is where I bought my last 5 vehicles, folks. They are open for business. Essential business is what they are. Buy a 2020 Kia now through April 30th. They will make the payments for you through the end of the year. Those aren't deferred payments. They make the payments for you. You're not going to beat that anywhere. Rusty Wallace Kia on Callahan Drive. Those are the folks that sell me all my vehicles. Okay. Whenever next football season begins, at the end of it, there will be guys going pro. We'll look ahead at Tennessee's roster, the juniors and seniors. Who are the pro prospects for next year off this fall's team? Come on back, we'll discuss.